Hey y'all, I'd like to raise a concern about digital blackface being used in my comments and the comments of other creators, specifically being used by bots or other bad faith actors as a means to discourage folks from standing up for their rights and defending democracy. I posted a video yesterday about the Hands Off 2025 march coming up on April 5th. A video has been getting slammed with your typical Russian disinformation bots. I posted about it on Blue Sky last night, and pasting some of the completely obvious bot comments that are meant to make people afraid to exercise their rights. I said the disinformation campaign trying to scare us into ceding our constitutional rights will be escalating because they are afraid of the power of the people. They don't want you to claim your power and defend democracy. So we must exercise our rights, don't give in to bullies, and we must hold the line. There's an example of one of the many bot comments threatening you with deportation, ICE, martial law, telling you that protests are a trick. But that's not the only kind of comment that I'm seeing, both here and in my YouTube comments when I talk about organized resistance. I get a lot of comments like this one, comments from accounts that are telling Black folks not to protest. Now, I totally understand members of the 92% saying, hey, we want to see white folks put their money where their mouth is. We want to see a strong show of resistance from the most privileged folks in America before we are willing to participate, to join in. And I completely in every way agree with that. But I just want to make you aware that I am seeing a lot of comments like this, comments saying Black people should stay home, the 92% should not participate. In the last 24 hours, after going and looking at the profile pics and doing some reverse image searches, I've come to realize how many of these accounts are bot accounts. They are playing digital blackface. Well, some of them aren't even bothering. They're just leaving these kind of comments, and then their account very obviously links back to a white person or just like an anime profile pic. But a lot of them have profile pics that look like this one. Yeah, so this profile pic comes from an obituary of a person who died last year. This is her memorial page. And I'm sorry to her family that bots are stealing her image. Or maybe Musky or Russian bad faith actors are stealing her image to try to discourage Black folks from standing up for their constitutional rights, trying to encourage Black people to not participate in the resistance against fascism. That's reprehensible. But of course, the fascists are reprehensible. So while I completely agree with folks in the Black community making a decision to participate however little or much they want to, and I fully accept folks in the Black community have no obligation to explain their level of participation to the rest of us. I just want to make y'all aware I am seeing a lot of I've had to block several accounts here and many, many more on YouTube that are clearly, obviously, either bad faith commenters. I don't know if they're MAGA or hired by Musk or Russian bots playing digital blackface in an attempt to discourage Black folks from participating in resistance or to make it seem like Black folks are not interested in fighting for their rights, when we all know that's not what's happening, and that's not what folks in the 92% are saying. Anyway, it's early. I haven't had enough coffee. I hope I'm explaining this well. Please be aware. Please be aware that digital blackface is a problem on this app and on YouTube. I'm sure on Facebook too, if you're still there. Please be aware that this regime has rolled back so many cybersecurity protections, and that disinformation, misinformation, active propaganda meant to dissuade Americans, meant to either make you fearful or make you apathetic. That's rampant on social media now.
I just want to remind folks that in a little over a week, on April 5th, there is a National Day of Action. So far, there are more than 800 events scheduled across America. It's going to be a massive show of support for democracy. You can find the event nearest you by going to handsoff2025.com. The event is called Hands Off. Hands off our Social Security, hands off our Medicare, hands off our Medicaid, hands off our food stamps, hands off our national parks, hands off our veterans benefits, hands off our schools, hands off our cancer research. Billionaires need to get their grubby paws off of our tax dollars and the programs that benefit us, the American people. I've said before that our strength is in our hyper-local resistance. That means the actions that Americans are going to be taking at each of these 800 events are going to look slightly different. Folks are planning what will work best in each of their communities. We need big protests in major cities where people turn out by the thousands. We also need small gatherings of folks in red rural counties. The resistance is everywhere, so sign up.